In the Man in Search of Man series, presently we are in search of Kattunaickans in Tamil Nadu and Kerala states. The Kattunaickans are inhabiting in western Ghats of Tamil Nadu and Kerala. They are mainly living in the foothills of Nilgiri Plateau, such as Gudalur, Bandalur, Sultan Batheri, Erumadu areas. Presently, we are trying to locate where the Kattunaickans are there. It is a Herculean task to locate their settlements and to reach them. We have to walk miles together in the jungle. I have taken the help of my research scholars and also the local people to identify where they are living. On the way, we observed that lot of minor forest produce is available in the jungle. We can see the soap nuts and also the rich minor forest produce which are available. Now we are in Tamil Nadu area where the Madhumalai
forest, Tiger Reserve Forest. In the Tiger Reserve Forest we have the Kattunaickans inhabiting in this region. Now we are going towards to see the Kattunaickans and the village Berenaba. Chambakulli we are going.
The Kattunaickans hamlets are located deep inside the forest. Steep climbs and perception of slopes are the characteristics of the footpaths leading to the hamlets. Here we can observe the footpath we are walking with my team of research scholars and also the field guides who took us to the hamlet. Always there is a threat from the wildlife, particularly from the wild elephants. After walking, we have reached one of the settlements in this village.
One of the households here among the Kattunaickans is my student Kalidas, working for the PhD. She is one of the informant and helped Kalidasan for his research work. She is now working as a nurse promoted from Balawadi to nurse. And
Kattunaickans are also known as Jenu Nayakar, Tenu Kurumar, Jenu Kuruvar, Jenu Kurumbaru and Kadu Kurumbaru. This suggests relations of this tribe with the tribe generally called Kurumbas, and anything said of the origin of Kurumbas can be considered to have relevance to the Kattunaickans. The anthropological literature on Kurumbas describes the Kurumba as a tribe involved in the exchange system of the upland people, particularly with the Badagas. David Mandelbaum, 1989, Rangachari, 1909, described the sorcery practice of the Kurumba. These references shows that the Kurumba had a dubious reputation as practitioners of sorcery. Vishwanath, 1985, describes the Kattunaickans or the practitioner of the medicine called Vaitakaran or Meddukaran, who are capable of treating wide variety of illness. Kattunaickans are typically short with a short but broad nose, thick lips, protruded forehead and dark skin. They have bushy hair. Elders knot their hair into a tuft at the back of the head. Young men usually have their hair cut, but they do not comb it. Men wear short dhotis and half-sleeved shirts reaching up to the knee. Typically, women tie a long single piece of cloth around their body just below the neck, leaving the shoulders and arms bare. Nowadays, the woman is wearing the nighties. There are, however, variations in dress owing to contact with the outside culture. The concept of family has been found to exist since time immemorial and at all the levels of culture. In Kattunaican society, father is the head of the family. Descent is patrilineal or agnatic descent. Inheritance of property is also through father line. The rule of residence is patrilocal. Traditionally, joint families were common, but nowadays the nuclear families are predominant among the Kattunaickans. Neolocal residence is common after marriage. All sons share the father's property equally, that is, male equigeniture. If a man dies without a male heir, His property goes to his brothers or the sons. The daughters do not have any right to inherit the parental property. The Kattunaickans live in hamlets of 5 to 10 huts. A hamlet is called as pondi. The huts in a pondi are built from locally available wood, bamboo, wild grass, hay and mud. The government has built houses for them, yet they do not choose to live in them chiefly for two reasons: that the houses are not in conformity with their notion of how a house should be positioned, and the second one is that they have the habit of migrating in search of food and safety. These hamlets are situated near coffee or tea plantations or inside the thick forests. They always prefer to have their indigenous houses built by themselves instead of the cement houses. Here you can observe they have constructed their own houses by themselves and plastered by themselves. Most of the houses walls are made with the bamboo splits covered on both the sides with the cow dung and also with the mud mix. A paste has been prepared here. Here you can observe the house constructed by themselves. Backside you can see the government houses constructed by themselves. In spite of it, they have constructed their own house for their living. This house is totally constructed ingeniously by themselves. Here you can observe the grass, forest grass, wild grass. They brought it from the forest and they have made the thatched hut, which is prepared by themselves. It takes nearly 15 to 20 days to construct the house. Here you can see the bamboo splits with the wooden stick which they have made, and both the sides with the bamboo splits with the support of a thick wooden post. And for plastering the walls, first they will collect the dung and the sand or the red soil which is available there. Here you can see the red soil which they have collected, and it will be mixed with the dung and make it a paste and they apply to the wall. You can see here already they have applied inside. Now they are going to plaster it from the outside. You can see the bamboo sticks like a net. It has been woven and it will be plastered. It is clearly visible here how the bamboo slits they have made for the walls. It's really interesting to note here the technique they will be adopting for construction of the house is interesting. Here you can see the outside they have already plastered and inside they are going to plaster. So every house doesn't have the locking system and the doors are opened. Inside the house you can see the utensils. That is, the material culture is very limited. Only the previously they used to have the earthen pots. Now they have switched on to the aluminium vessels. Entire family involves in construction of the house. Both men and women collect the required materials such as bamboo, wooden posts and grass from the forest. You can observe here how they are constructing the house. The grass is called as Velakarupa, a wild grass which is collected from the forest itself. So it involves men and women for construction of the house nearly 3 to 4 months. Here not only the family members but also they will take the help of the clan members for construction of the house.
And they will be tying it, and this process will take for a period of minutes.
After construction of the house, they will start doing flooring, plastering and also the wall plastering. Here you can observe the floor plastering. The plastering generally they will be doing with the mud mixed with the cow dung and also with the charcoal. Here you can observe the way they are doing it. Not only the new houses but also the old houses, they will do it for every year. These are some of the houses provided by the government under various schemes. As though the houses look good, but they won't stay in these houses for longer duration. Only during rainy period they will come here and stay in these houses. It is also observed once a death takes place in that house, they will be vacating that house and go for a new house. That is also one of the reason where they won't stay prolonged period in these houses.
These are the houses constructed by the government.
Drinking water is one of the major problem which the tribals are facing. In this region of Sambattakulam, the forest area, around 8 square kilometers, we have 80 households inhabiting. For all these people, this is the only water resource which they will be coming and collecting the water for the drinking purpose. During summer period, it is difficult for them to get the water. The water which is coming here will dry up. Then they have to go for miles together to get the water. Here we can observe when we are crossing, we will be getting certain streams, small streams also. They depend for their water resources on these water also. Here you can see the water which is going. This water they will collect and preserve it in their pots for weeks together for drinking. Once the dries up, they will go for collecting the water from Neerkulam. This is called as a Neerkulam, where they will dig small pits and there they will be getting the water. This water they will be using for drinking purposes. This is the only two sources of water which they are available in most of the areas where the Kattunaickans are inhabiting. So from here again we are going in search of the Kattunaickans. From one house to another house it is around half a kilometer, sometimes more than a kilometer also. They are distributed widely. Presently we can observe that the government has constructed the houses in the colonies where they are started coming and settling into these colonies, which is also very good sign that they are rehabilitated in these colonies. Previously they are living in a scattered way inside the forest. So these are some of the houses constructed by under Indra Awas. You can see the solar energy also they have given, but it is not functioning in this region. Boiled it in the water and they have removed the skin and they are drying it. This is the tapioca and they dry it. After entire water content will go and they will preserve it for how much time they will preserve?
Till the rainy season.
Till the next rainy season they will preserve it and they will again reboil it and they will eat it. So this is the tapioca fried and they will be eating it.
Storing for rainy season.
So during the rainy season they won't get anything. So at that time they will boil it and they will use it for their food. So this is the way they will be preserving a methodology. They will collect, they will boil it, they will remove the skin, again they will cut into pieces and these pieces they will dry it for 1 or 2 days to sunlight and they will preserve it in the basket of the indigenous method of preservation of this tapioca. So the staple food for Kattunaican is rice, ragi and millets. They eat the flesh of wild pig, goat, deer and wild fowl. Fish is their favorite food. They store honey, jackfruit, fish, meat and other grains for any rainy season. When they do not have any of these things, they live on bamboo seeds, edible roots and green leaves. They consume a wide variety of tubers, which they call locally as galasu, which they will be collecting from the forest. Some of them are korane, nuraveni, nare, cholahekku, nugappe, kavale, nulahekku are some of the tubers and roots which are available in the jungle, which you can observe here. The different kinds of roots and tubers which they will be collecting from the forest and they will store it for longer time to consume in the rainy season. The Kattunaickans collect a wide variety of fungus which are available in the big trees. Here you can observe one of the fungus is called as kalpaish, which is collected from the plants, and it will be sold in the market at the rate of a kg 120 rupees, which will be used for the commercial purpose for baking and also for the painting. This is also one of the resource for them. Kattunaickans have their own indigenous methodology of preservation of the roots and tubers for longer period. Here you can see the roots, tubers which they have collected and preserved for long time. So the method they will be using it, they take the cow dung and make it a paste and dip in that cow dung, and they will dry it for longer time. Here you can see this is the tuber which they have soaked in the cow dung, and it won't spoil after drying, and it will be kept for a longer time. During rainy season, when the food is not available, they will clean the upper layer of the roots and tubers, and they will boil it and they will eat it. That is one of the indigenous method they are adopting for preservation of the roots and tubers.
Produce. They also collect, this is the turmeric which they will grow in the fields, and you can see this is the manal. They call it as a manal. You can see the Wyanad turmeric is the famous for its color. You can see this color is a quality, number one quality in the world. It is available as a turmeric. So this collection they will sell it in the market for commercial purposes also they are using. Manal is called as a manal. Manya. This is
is yellow.
Yellow. This is used for both for cosmetics and also for food curry preparation purposes. Now we have the ginger, which is collected from the jungle. This is having a highly commercial purpose. Is in Perana? Inj. It is called as inj, and they are both men and women will go for collection of the inj, which will be used for preparation of the food items, and it is soaked in the cow dung. You can see here, it is soaked in the cow dung for preservative purposes. So they can preserve for how long? They can preserve for this one?
For a year also.
For a year. They can preserve.
A part of it is used for planting.
For plantation also they will use, and they will preserve for indigenous methodology, soaking in the cow dung.
See, both turmeric and ginger are used as medicine also.
So both turmeric and this are used for medicine also, and you can see here, this also they can preserve for 1 year. See, this is totally soaked in the cow dung, and it will preserve for a long period for 1 year for their own food purposes. So kilo ಎಷ್ಟು
kilo ഒരു കിലോ എന്ത് വില
30 വില they sell it for the rate of 30 rupees per kilo in society. Black market.
Market.
So the black is called as a market. They will sell it in the market, this NG. Apart from that, they have the pumpkins.
Varieties of pumpkin.
Varieties of pumpkin.
Varieties.
Ambalan, and it is grown by themselves, and also sometimes it is they are getting in the jungle also. They use it for curry, for eating.
For sale also.
For sale also. Yesterday, evla
Kilo. No, 15 rupees, more than 15 rupees.
It is, they will sell it at the rate of a kilo for 15 rupees in the market, and in turn they will be getting the ration, food items and other things purchased in the market, and they will clothings and other things, and they are totally depending on such type of food gathering and hunting resources. Apart from this, they have the pepper and other spices which they are producing indigenously by themselves, which is having high commercial value in the market.
These people are also known as ten kurumar because of their honey collection skills.
So they collect honey also.
They collect honey during that season. There is another minor forest produce.
His wife is
Few Kattunaican families are having pepper plantation near to their houses, a small pieces of land was provided by the government, which they will be using for pepper growing. Here you can see a small farm, about 30 to 40 plants they are having, from which they will be collecting to the pepper. The entire family participates in collection of the pepper and growing the pepper. This is only major commercial crops which they will be producing in a minor way for their livelihood. On an average, from each plant, they get 2 to 3 kgs of pepper per year. So which is the only resource commercially they will be selling, and in turn they will be getting some food items and cloths, etc. from the market. Some of the Kattunaickans are also working in the medicinal preparations of local Ayurveda centers. Here you can say that the Kattunaickans collected the herbal medicinal plants from the jungle, and they will provide to the medical centers for their preparation of the medicines. Here you can see the indigenous way of preparing the medicines for curing different type of diseases. These are some of the roots and tubers which they are collected and making small pieces and drying it and for selling. This is also one of the commercial way of living for some of the Kattunaickans who are living in Kerala, especially. They are in Wyanad region. They are doing ethno-medicinal practices, collecting the roots, tubers, and selling it to the medicinal centers by way of barter system and also for money. So this is also fetching a good amount of money for the Kattunaickans. This is one of the center where the herbal medicine plants are collected and stored for selling in the market and for preparation of the medicines. Kattunaickans are well known for elephant catching and training. Here we can observe the Kattunaicken catched one of the elephant and training by these two boys, which you can observe here.
He is talking with the elephant. He is whatever he says, it is hearing. Come this side, says adu kuda. நீ சொல்றதெல்லாம் கேக்குதா? அப்படியே பின்னாலிக்கு போ சொல்லு. Go back. So now he has asked the elephant to go back. It is going back. Okay. Ask him come front. So he knows the elephant language and he is speaking with the elephant language, and whatever he says it is hearing. This boy is controlling the elephants. They are training the elephants. This is the profession of this tribe. வேற என்ன சொல்றீங்க? என்ன சொல்லுங்க, இதுக்கு என்னென்ன சொல்றீங்களோ வேற இது பாட்ல okay. That is good morning. Namaskar. So it is a very good training these boys are giving. I am really happy how they are doing. Come here. Come. உன் பேர் என்ன? பலிமா சொல்லு. Gopalan. உன் பேரு? Manban. These are the Gopalan and Manban. These boys are elephant traders, and they have their elders also. Apart from that, they are training the elephants and they are providing the food. And whatever he learned the language of the elephant, whatever he says, this as though the boys are very small, but the elephant he is hearing their commands and their words. This is the unique characteristics of this tribe. நீ மேல ஏறுவியா? ஏறு பார்க்கலாம். He is climbing. We have asked her to lift the leg. It has lifted the leg and he is climbing. So this is the one of the important one. Oh, nice.
Just worry, what the body? Just worry, what the body?
இப்படி திரும்பி சொல்லு.
What the body? What the body? Just worry. Ah, let's see here, just worry, worry. What the? Worry. What the?
Nice. So he is hearing whatever it says.
Previously we used to have the elephants catching also, one of the methods. Presently we are not catching the elephants, but the forest department gives us for the training of these elephants. And since last 1 year I am working with this elephant for training, and I am getting training. I am understanding the language and also learned the language. Previously I used to work with another elephant. Since last 6 months I am here. I am also working here for 3 months with this elephant. The elephant name is Sumangal. I am happy with these two boys. Thank you very much, Mr. Baibalan and Gopalan, for your cooperation.
ಒಂದೊಂದು ವರ್ಷ ನಿಂತು ಟಪದ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೊಂದಿದ್ದೆ ನೋಡಿ.
ಹೌದಾ?
ಆ ಕಾಲಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ಕಾಲಲ್ಲ
ಅಪ್ಪನಿಗೆ ನಂಗೆ ಅಪ್ಪನಿಗೆ ಆನೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟು
ಎಲಿಫೆಂಟ್ ಆನೆಕಾರ ಇವರು ಬಂದು ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಒನ್. அவரோட அப்பா யானை எலிஃபென்ட் இது
யானையோட பேரு யானை பேரு கோதாவரி.
So his father was an elephant trainer and elephant name was Godavari. His father worked for the Godavari elephant. And this man, he wanted to marry this lady and he has worked for that Godavari elephant. He has joined with his father, with her father, and he has worked as a apprentice for எத்தனை வருஷம் வேலை பண்ணீங்க?
அது ನನ್ನ ಮಾಮನ ತನಲು ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ.
So he has worked for with his father-in-law, for would-be father-in-law, for 1 year as a service, and then he has got her marriage. That is marriage by service, which is actually practicing at that time. Now it is not existing. That is ಇವಾಗ ಆ ತರ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಈಗ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಇವಾಗ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಣೆ.
ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಗೋದಾವರಿ ಆನೆ
ಗೋದಾವರಿ ಆನೆ ಎಲೆಗ ಸತ್ತು ನಂಗೆ
ಈ ಸದಲಯ ತೊಟ್ಟಲ್ಲ, ಸದಲಯ ತೊಟ್ಟ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 30 ವರ್ಷದವರೆಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಪ್ಪ.
ಗೋದಾವರಿ ಆನೆ ತಾತ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅದೇ ಕೆಲಸವ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರದು? ತೆಪ್ಪಕಾಡಲ್ಲಿ. ತೆಪ್ಪಕಾಡಿನಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದು?
40 ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತು.
4 ವರ್ಷ 3 ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಮೊದಲ ಕಂಟಿಲ್ಲ.
4 ವರ್ಷ
ಈಗ ಅಪ್ಪನೂ ಸತ್ತೋದಾನ, ಅವ್ವೇನು ಸತ್ತೋದ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅಣ್ಣನ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, 3 ಅಕ್ಕದೇರು, ನಾವು 2 ಅಕ್ಕದೇರು, ನಾನು.
ಇವಾಗ ಯಾರು ಆನೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ವಾ?
ಅಣ್ಣನಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
ಅಣ್ಣ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. her brother is working in for elephant service. This is called as will. This is a bow. Those are the arrows, which metal. They used to make the arrows with the. This is one of the. We can say these arrows belong to the age of before Stone Age, or you can call them before metal invention. These arrows they are used for hunting. At that time there is no metal at all. So that is the very primitive stage of food gathering and hunting. And this one is at the same time they have made this one. This will be used for hunting the birds, especially for the birds. If they will shoot it, this will hit for the bird and bird will fall, and there won't be any loss of blood and other things. By hitting this one, the bird will fall, they will take away. Suppose if it's a sharp one they use, it will kill the bird, no doubt, but the blood will go. They don't want to waste the blood. That is why for birds they will be using, for wild boar, tigers to kill the other animals, they will be using this one. Now after this we have evolved the stone arrows. Arrows tied with the stones, sharp blades. Then we have the metal blades. This is the evolution of the arrows hunting the instruments.
The tribe is divided into number of clans, which is also called locally as kulam. The kulams are divided into two categories. One is father side and another is mother side. The father side we have 5 kulams and mother side we have the 6 kulams. The kulams are exogamous groups, and within the kulam they cannot marry. One has to marry the father's kulam or mother's kulam. In father's kulam we have 5 clans such as Madumalai kulam, Veguru kulam, Seekan kulam, Pattinadu kulam, Munderi kulam. In mother's side we have 6 kulams such as Narithi kulam, Kariya Kala kulam, Maniyar Nadu kulam, Kelavanadu kulam, Singori kulam, Jira kulam. The clan, within the clan they cannot marry, they have to marry outside the clan. So the members of the same clan are considered as brothers and sisters. So the marriage is prohibited within the clan and also within the father's or mother's side. Kattunaican follow strict endogamy at community level. One do not marry outside the community. The community endogamy is commonly approved and sanctioned by the Kattunaican society, the breach of which is considered the breach of law. Consanguineous marriages between parallel cousins, that is among brothers' children and among sister children, are prohibited. Cross-cousin marriages are more common, and occasionally maternal uncle-niece marriages are also observed. Surrogate is socially approved in Kattunaican society. Levirate is in vogue. The preferential method of acquiring a mate among the Kattunaican is by negotiation, which involves long procedure depending upon the talks of either party. The boy's parents put forward the proposal and start negotiations. After the successful negotiation, marriage is usually performed at the house of the bridegroom. The other methods, acquiring a mate among the Kattunaickans, are marriage by capture, mutual love, elopement, and marriage by service, and marriage by exchange. Except for marriage by negotiation, for other methods, there seems to be no ceremonial attachment. Payment of bride price exists among the Kattunaickans. Bride price may be in terms of cash and kind. But nowadays, due to constraint, interaction with the caste people and cultural change, the payment of bride price came to an end, and only a token of amount of 5 to 10 rupees they are paying as a bride price. A day before the marriage, the activities begin in the bride's and the bridegroom's house. There will be a small-scale feast in both the bride's and bridegroom's household. Pantal, that is a marriage booth, is created in front of the bride and bridegroom's household. On the day of marriage, the bride's party reaches along with the 20 to 25 people to the bridegroom's house. The bride and the bridegrooms are seated on the bridegroom's house on mats. An umbrella is held above the head of the groom and the bride. The little finger of the right hand of the bride and the groom are locked. Rice cooked is served on plantain leaves to all attending the marriage. The bride and the bridegroom are seated beside the leaf and they eat morsels of food from the same leaf. Pariyapanam, that is a bride price, is paid at the bride's parents. Feasts and festivities follows. The bride's party returns the next day morning. The bride and the bridegroom make ceremonial visits during the nuptial period to her natal house with the delicacies and presents. There is no specific pre-delivery rituals among the Kattunaickans. The pregnant woman continues with her ordinary work almost till the 6th month. From the 6th month, she will be given rest. She has very few privileges or duties during the months of pregnancy. She is supposed to observe some simple rules of diet. She should avoid mangoes, papaya, the jackfruit, which might make the child dribble. The Kattunaican conduct delivery at bridegroom's house. As soon as a child is born, the woman in the attendance called Ur Sattavati cuts the umbilical cord either with a knife or a sharpened bamboo. Only on the next morning, she washes the child with warm water, rub the child with oil and dry the child before the fire. The mother's breast milk is given to the baby after squeezing out few drops immediately after the delivery. The belief is that during pregnancy, the woman is exposed to malevolent invasions through the teat. They believe milk, which is slightly brown in color, colostrum, is undrinkable to the baby and it is difficult to digest. Such a belief results in loss of immunity and nutrition to the baby. The baby is breastfed for more than 3 years or until the pregnancy of another child. Prolonged postpartum sexual abstinence is not observed. There are instances of next childbirth within 14 months by the same mother. Mother's breast milk is the main food for 6 months for the baby. Other lactating women of the hamlet supplement the shortage of mother's breast milk. The baby is nursed and cared by a number of women of the hamlet who are closely related. Even neighboring women attend a crying infant if the mother is otherwise engaged. The mother holds the baby close to her chest or put the baby on a cloth sling on her back when she moves out to distant places or engage in agricultural operations. The child is given solid food from the 4th month onwards. Staples like korakkali, that is cooked Eleusine korakkana flour, are given to the child. The korakkali is a good nourished to the toddler. There is no food giving ceremony. The infants are given chediyan kali, that is cooked chama flour, till 1 year, which is considered easily palatable and good diet. When a girl attains puberty, she is kept in a small temporary hut along with another girl for 15 to 20 days, sometimes 1 month also. On the 15th or 20th day, the important purificatory ceremony called Yersine Mardwe is held with all the relatives and the people in the hamlet invited. During that ceremony, the girl maternal uncle wife pours warm water, turmeric water over the girl's head, and then she is taken to the river with the music and dance. After bath, the girl offers her prayer to male Devari and returns to her house, where her maternal uncle's wife garlands her and receives her. The guests bless her and give her presents. Then they take part in the feast. Feast over betel leaves and nuts are given to everyone as a mark of respect. The important points about this ceremony are that it is equal to marriage in importance and that the maternal uncle's wife plays the key role in this function. Here you can observe the maternal uncle children constructed the temporary hut for the girl. Here you can observe the temporary hut that is made with the paddy straw, which is constructed by the maternal uncle's children, where the girl is kept along with another girl for about a period of 15 to 20 days or 1 month also. She has to be isolated and she should not look outside men except the father and the brothers. You can observe here she came out from the hut and during night only she has to go for toilet and urine. That is also strictly observed by the Kattunaican tribe.
Food and other things also served inside.
During the period, the girl's mother provides the food. You can see here the girl's mother and their brothers and the family members, they will help in all respects to the girl. The Kattunaican bury the corpse. The burial is done in the common burial ground of the hamlet called Cholalai. The death is informed by the Uru Muppan through the Kuruttalai to all the people in the village. The corpse is given a hot water bath by the brother-in-law clan members of the hamlet and is brought to the courtyard of the house. A small square pantal is erected to place the corpse. The pantal is two-tiered and the top is conical. The kurumba perform dance around the corpse. They believe that the deceased man's soul is not satiated with dance and merry-making. Hence it will be wandering in the hamlet, and while the assemblage dances, this soul also dance along with them. The dance continues non-stop till the corpse is taken to the Cholalai, that is burial ground. Hamlet people, kins, visitors, irrespective of sex, participate in it. Only the aged men and women are exempted. They wait patiently for the arrival of the relatives from distant hamlets and hence they delay. The hamlet people feed the relatives attending the burial. The Urmuppan and the Kuruttalai supervise the burial rites. A stone is placed marking the head portion of the burial pit. This is to identify the burial pit in order to collect the clavicle of the buried to perform the post-burial rites, that is Pacha, Chavu and Chiru funeral final ceremonies. The Kattunaickans have a flair for music and dance. They sing a good many types of songs appropriate to different occasions. They sing lullabies to put the child to sleep, elegies during the bereavements while collecting the honey, and songs of love when they are in jubilant mood. They also play various kinds of trumpets and drums, all made from the local materials such as bamboo, wood, grass, animal skin and other materials.
Chile bolu chile mati marasural kunni kanakana mati marasural chile bolu chile mati marasural kunni kanakana mati marasural chile bolu chile mati marasural kunni kanakana mati marasura yaro raja dase yaro raja kumaleta ayyaro raja ayyaro raja ayyaro raja kumaleta dase yaro raja dase yaro raja dase yaro raja kumaleta ayyaro raja ayyaro raja ayyaro raja kumaleta dasayaro raja dasayaro raja dasayaro raja kumaleta ayyaro raja ayyaro raja ayyaro
The Kattunaickans are known for their magic and sorcery practices. Other tribal communities of the area dread these magical practices such as Odivekkal and Mayivekkal. Odivekkal is an act in which the magician, such as the Odiokaran, sends mercenary spirits at his command to harm or create troubles to others. When undue sufferings or calamities occur to an individual, he or she suspects Odivekkal. After divining the cause, appropriate remedial measures are undertaken to ward off the effect of the Odivekkal by the Mannukkaran, or the man who divined the cause. The major sorcery practice of the Kattunaickan is called Mayivekkal, and the practitioner is called as Mayivekkaran. Here you can observe Mayikkaran in a ritualistic performing place.
Kattunaicken community. It is Puttanur village. Here you can see one of the Kattunaicken family, those who are also performing as a priestly caste in this village. And these are the worshipping instruments they will be using apart from the musical instruments. This is one of the instruments which will be carried while the procession is coming for the god. This name is Kuliyan, for inviting a god. Kuliyan Sami, Kuliyan Sami. This is another instrument for inviting the god. Perenna? Sam per enna per? Theriyada? Idu?
இதுக்கெல்லாம் பேர் தெரியாது.
ஒரு பேர் சொன்னியா, பேர் ஒரு பேர் சொன்னியா?
மாரிக்கொന്നും வர எடுக்கல வரி.
இல்ல மாரிக்க.
என்ன சாமி இது?
எனக்கே தெரியாது.
அது முதல்ல இருந்தாங்க அதெல்லாம்.
என்னென்ன சாமி கும்பிடுறீங்க நீங்க? என்னென்ன சாமி கும்பிடுறீங்க?
அதெல்லாம் சாமிக்கு கும்பிடுறோம்.
எல்லா சாமி.
இது என்ன சாமி இது?
மாரி குளிய
പിന്നെ എന്താ ഞങ്ങൾക്കറിയോ ഈ പിന്നെ
each stick represents one deity worshipping, and most of the people, they have forgotten about the gods names, but they worship still they are pursuing the magic and witchcraft. They will be using these type of instruments, and many tribes are afraid about the Kattunaickans, especially the Paniyas and other people, because they are do witchcraft and sorcery. So all the necessary.
Malnutrition is common among the Kattunaickans. Maternal mortality and infant mortality rate is very high. This is mainly due to the neglect of healthcare practices. Most of them are anemic. From the inception of pregnancy to its termination, no specific nutritional diet was consumed by women. The consumption of iron, calcium, vitamins during pregnancy is very poor. The habit of consumption of liquor during pregnancy was found to be common among the women. Due to the restriction in food getting and hunting in the forest department by the forest people, they are forced to change their food habit to eat the rice. They are now slowly depending for the rice in public distribution system shops. The rice they are getting is not sufficient for their consumption. Due to lack of education and requisite skills, the Kattunaicken are not able to take advantage of new economic opportunities which have been grabbed by the plain people migrated to the tribal areas where Kattunaickans are concentrated. The dropout rate is more among the school-going children. Now let us hear from few of the children who are successful in their education.
Studying in the Akkad, and Akkad is helping in for the education.
அக்காடு தான் நமக்கு இந்த மாதிரி முயற்சி பண்ணது அக்காடு தான்.
ஓகே,
அதனால தான் நாம இத்தனைக்கும் முன்னேற வர ஒரு காரணம். கவர்மெண்ட் இருக்கு ஐயா, ஆனாலும் அவங்க வந்துட்டு அது பார்க்க நாங்க பள்ளிக்கூட சேர்க்காமது நம்ம தப்பு. ஏன்னா இப்ப நம்ம இந்த காட்டு இருக்கு பசங்க காட்டு ஏரியா உள்ள ஒரு இது ஆயிப்போச்சு அவங்களுக்கு பாருங்க. அந்த மாதிரி
படிச்சுட்டு நீங்க ஆதிவாசிகளுக்கே ஒர்க் பண்ணணும்னு பாக்குறீங்களா? So good. So she is teacher training. She is going. After getting teacher training, this is the first year she is training. Second year after completion, she wanted to work as a teacher for Adivasis. That is what her ambition is. நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க? டாக்டர் ஓ பெரிய பெரிய இதே வச்சிருக்கிறேன்
பரவாயில்ல மனசு
போலீஸ் எஸ் she wanted to become a police officer why எதுக்கு நீங்க போலீஸ் ஆபீசர் ஆகணும் பாக்குறேன்
கடி போடுறேன்னா கிராம உள்ள போற நடக்குது
சொல்லுங்க நீங்க எதுக்கு டாக்டர் ஆகணும் பாக்குறேன் உங்க அம்மா நர்ஸ் ஆச்சுட்டேன்
இல்ல இங்க இருக்கிறவங்க எல்லாம் அவங்க எல்லாம் ரொம்ப பாடுபடுறாங்க அப்ப நாங்கெல்லாம் சீக்கிரம் படிச்சு அவங்க எல்லாம்
நல்லா இது உதவி செய்யலாம்ட்டு மெடிக்கல் சர்வீஸ் பண்ணணும்ட்டு குட் so they have their aim and objective for their education. Once she wanted to become a teacher, she wanted to become a doctor, she wanted to become a police officer. So they have the objectives and they have the aims. But the only thing is we should support for them for their education and upbringing. Definitely these people will come up. As though they are living in the midst of the jungle, they have their ambitions. I think we have to support for them. The people of India should support. The policy makers should support for these people for their higher education and bringing them into the mainstream of the society. Most primitive tribe in Nilgiri Hills. Here the problem of fertility is very severe here. We can see here 4 girls are married girls. One girl, her name is Perenama? Her name is Tangamani. She has given birth to child 4 years back. Afterwards, she has not conceived, but she has not gone for a family planning also. She is not able to conceive since last 4 years. Unga peru enna? Neela. Her name is Neela. She has married 2 years back. She is also not conceived since last 2 years. Unga peru enna? Madhavi. Her name is Madhavi. She married 3 years back and she is not able to conceive and there is no child for her since last 3 years. Unga peru enna? Her name is Shanta. She is married 3 years back and she is not able to get the child. See here is some of the example from the Kattunaican community. They are facing a lot of problems. We have to innovate. What are the problems for infertility here in this community, especially? This is a small community, primitive community existing in the Tamil Nadu. If you are not going to do something for this population, the population may extinct in another 2 decades. So here one of the example we are observing here for the infertility problem among the Kattunaickans. நீங்க என்ன மெடிசன் மருந்து என்ன சாப்பிடுறீங்களா? உங்களோட மருந்து என்ன சாப்பிட்டீங்க? இது வரைக்கும் எதுவும் சாப்பிட்டீங்களா? எங்குமே ஆஸ்பத்திரி கூட போலியா? இதை பத்தி ஒண்ணு மருந்து சாப்பிடல. டாக்டருக்கே காமிக்கலையா? என்னம்மா டாக்டருக்கே காமிக்கலையா? நீ டாக்டருக்கே காமிக்கல ஏன்? இங்க இருக்குது இல்லையா கப்பாலால டாக்டர் இருக்காங்க இல்லையா? போக வேண்டியது தானே? நீங்க வாங்க நீங்க சொல்லுங்க. உங்களுக்கு കപ്പാല
ആശുപത്രി ഉണ്ട്. നാളെ പോയി നോക്കിക്കൂടെ? ഇങ്ങനെ കല്യാണമായി 3 വർഷമായി, എന്ത് കുഴപ്പമുണ്ട്? ഇന്ന് കുഴപ്പം കൊണ്ടുവന്ന് അവർ പറയുമല്ലേ? അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കുഴപ്പം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ ഭർത്താവ് കെട്ടിയവന് ചിലപ്പോൾ കുഴപ്പമുണ്ടാകും, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എന്ത് മരുന്ന് കഴിക്കണമെന്ന് അവർ പറയല്ലേ? നിങ്ങൾ വീട്ടിൽ തന്നെ നിന്ന് അങ്ങനെ ആകും? ആരും ഒരു കല്യാണം കഴിഞ്ഞ ഒരു കുട്ടി വേണമെന്ന് എല്ലാവർക്കും ആശയമുള്ളതല്ലേ? അപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾ ഒരു കുട്ടി ഇങ്ങനെ പ്രസവിക്കണ്ട, നാളെ കുറച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ കാട്ടുനായക്കൻ ഈ നാട്ടിലുണ്ടാവില്ല. ഇങ്ങനെ പോയി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇല്ല, നിങ്ങൾ ഗവൺമെന്റ് ആശുപത്രി പോയിട്ട് അവരെന്ത് പറയുന്നത് ഞങ്ങളോട് പറയും. ഞങ്ങൾ അതൊക്കെ അവർ ചെയ്തില്ല എന്ന് പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഞങ്ങൾ മേലെ അടുത്ത് പരാതിപ്പെടാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ, അല്ലാതെ ഞങ്ങൾ എങ്ങനെ പറയാൻ പറ്റുമോ?
So he is Mr. Subramanyam from the Kurumba tribe. He is working for the TRC and also is taking care of the Kattunayackans, Paniyas and other tribes here in these Nilgiri Hills. I think you can take the help of Subramanyam. Subramanyam கூட போயிட்டு ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் எடுங்க. next month வரோம்.
നിങ്ങൾ അവരെ കണ്ടിട്ട് പറയും അവരെന്ത് പറഞ്ഞു, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മരുന്ന് തന്നോ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പറ്റില്ല എന്ന് പറയണേ എന്നോട് നിങ്ങൾ പറയും. ഞാൻ ഓണിമൂലാണ് വീട്, അറിയില്ല ഇവിടെ ഓണിമൂല വീട് അറിയും. ഇയാൾക്കൊക്കെ നാളെ അറിയാം പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഞാൻ എപ്പോഴും ഇവിടെ ആഴ്ചയിൽ ഒരു ദിവസം ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ വരും. പെരുമാറും
Due to the interference of outside, non-tribal and forest policies and programs, the Kattunaickans are being exploited, alienated and losing control over their environment and thereby struggling to survive. The loss of forest is posing a great problem, especially for women who take the responsibility to feed themselves and their family. The Kattunaican are struggling for their survival. Several of them lost their lands and houses because they are not having the patta for their lands. Pressure on land has increased, so they are forced to shift their homes into the peripheries of the hill regions. None of the Kattunaickans possess a patta land or a patta house. The Kattunaickans are in need of protected drinking water, permanent houses for their living, regular agricultural employment through NRGA scheme, patta for their lands, especially for those who are inhabiting in the hill regions. The government policies and the schemes are very good, but at the implementation level it is failed. To develop and protect the Kattunaickans, we need a holistic approach for implementing the welfare programs. The response of the government welfare programs are very good, but they are not able to get the benefit which meant for the Kattunaickans.
So that is the problem which these people are facing. Not only the problem of transport, communication and water, electricity problems. The problems they are facing is from the forest department is very, very high. They are not allowing them for the movements. They are not allowing them the construction of their houses, thatched houses which you have seen in this episode. They are not, the forest department is not allowing them. That is the pathetic conditions of the Kattunaickans living in this region.